Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Looking for Warriors, and I want to talk about Think and Grow Rich again. I'm just going through Think and Grow Rich, and there is a chapter 3. In chapter 3, he talks about a number of things. He talks about the formula of getting things you want in your life, and you can go through the formula yourself. It's basically having desire, having focus, taking action. And your unconscious sees that you're taking action and puts you in more and more situations that bring you towards what you want to create and build in your life. And there's one line that just jumped out to me, and it's so true. In the formula, part of the formula, he says, I know a negative attitude towards others will not help me in achieving my desire. That's what I'm saying. Will I pick up the book and tell you what he actually says? Maybe I will. I know a negative attitude towards others will never bring me success. It's the exact words. I know a negative attitude towards others will never bring me success. I know a negative attitude towards others will never bring me success. And he's saying that part of the formula is that you make sure in all your dealings that everybody, including the other, you for sure, but also the other party, is getting something out of the deal. So you're always taking, but also giving. So in your dealings and all contracts and dealings, you're always making sure the other party is getting something that they want out of the deal in that moment. Now, I would go further than that. I would say in that moment, and also afterwards when they look back, they feel like they got something good out of the deal. Now, having said that, it's not your job to make sure everyone else is happy. You can't make sure everyone else is happy. That's their own job. And you can't ensure that everyone else is happy. But you can ensure that in the individual dealings that you have with other people, that they're always getting something useful for them or good out of the deal. You can do your best to make sure that happens. But you can't make sure that everyone else is happy. You can't be upset or not allow yourself to be happy if everyone else in the world isn't happy. You can't control that. But this just jumped out to me because I'm Irish. And Ireland is a relatively wealthy country now. But when I was growing up, it wasn't. It was a very, very poor country. And, you know, when I left school, you couldn't get a job in Ireland. Everyone emigrated. They went to England, or they went to America, they went to Australia. They went anywhere, but not Ireland. And some people stayed, obviously. But there wasn't a lot of opportunity or jobs in Ireland. Now, we grew our way out of that. But at that time, there was a huge societal issue. And the societal issue was that the English were the cause of all our problems. 200 years of oppression, and that these kind of things were said in Ireland. And I never fully understood it. Because you're always getting this propaganda about how Ireland was kept down by England. And the problem with saying England is, you know, there is elites in England who haven't done great things, but that's like 0.0% of England. It's like the Queen and a few other people. And what always confused me is when I met English people. They were really, really, really great people. Really great people. And very like Irish people. They liked fun, they liked what we call in Ireland crack. Not the same as what crack is in America. CRAIC. We enjoyed having the crack, and we enjoyed. English people were so the same, and I loved English people. So this was a crack in my brain where we were supposed to not to like England, but English people were great people. So I couldn't square this circle. It didn't really work. And the propaganda. But most Irish people got their heads out of that propaganda. And that propaganda of our problems are all caused by somebody else. It wasn't against English people, it was against Irish people. It was just making Irish people more poor. Because if you read this book, Think and Grow Rich, let me read the line for you again. I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. A negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. And some Irish people are still in that, oh, you know, England caused all our problems, but most aren't. But the ones who are don't know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring them success. And it was just a divide and conquer. Just a divide and conquer that we get all over the world. And we have it now. We have a huge divide and conquer in America right now. But we have it in every country. And that's why communism spreads. It's just a divide and conquer. It's just like these people in Russia, it was the bourgeoisie are causing all your problems. And and in Germany, it was the Jews are causing all your problems. So if we just deal with that problem, everything's going to be all right. But it's internal. It's nothing to do with other people. Your problems have nothing to do with other people. I'm saying this to me. I'm not saying it to anyone else out there. It's internal. It's internal. It's internal. And you know, when you think about now what Jesus said, love others as you love yourself. So you should love yourself, you should respect yourself, and you should love others just the same. And that brings more to you. If you can love others, all others, and don't buy the propaganda that this person or that person's, you know, women are told that men are causing all your problems, men are told that women are causing all your problems. There's a MGTOW movement. It's not true. It's not true. Fix yourself first. It's similar to what Jordan Peterson says, make your own bed. None of it's true. None of it's true. I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I know that a negative attitude towards others. So you don't need to have a negative attitude towards others. You don't need to buy that propaganda. I see people, I see Lil Wayne, hugely successful in America, Black American, and I see him being interviewed. He doesn't buy any of that stuff. He's like, and I have so much respect for him because I have respect for someone who respects their family and their kids. And he's like, no, I care about my kids. That's all that matters to me. And they're asking about the issues in America and stuff like that. And he said, no, this is nothing to do with me. I haven't experienced that. And I just care about my kids. And so much respect. So much respect. And it doesn't bring you to a good place, have a negative attitude towards others. It doesn't. I've seen it. It just doesn't bring you to a good place. Make sure in all your dealings, and I'm saying this to me, make sure in all your dealings that the other person always gets something valuable to them out of it. Now, I don't know, what's valuable to people is different for every single person. People want different things. So, you make sure in all your business deals that they get something good out of it too. But also you do. You don't leave yourself out too. But you can't make them happy as well. So you don't make that part of the deal that their life has to be perfect or anything. But make sure they're getting something out of that specific deal with you. I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. It's so, so important. Just one line in this book. This book of, how many pages is there? 300 pages roughly. This book of 300 pages, there's one line that is everything. It's everything. I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. And you and me and everybody are going to constantly be getting propaganda about we have to be negative to other people. We're constantly going to get that. The press is going to tell us. Press is going to go to every corner of the world, and the internet is going to go to every corner of the world and find every negative thing and put it all in front of you. Every little negative thing that happened in every corner of the world, it's going to put it all in front of you. And it's going to tell you should be negative towards boy racers, towards criminals, towards men, towards women, towards this race or that race. even elites. Now, you can be negative towards some systems might not work very well, and you can see where the problems are and improve them. But a negative attitude towards other people is never going to bring you success. So this just bowled me over, just one little line in this 300-page book. And I just had to share it. Just had to share it. It's so important. And we all get that in our heart a little bit, I think. Sometimes we do get negative attitudes, and it takes root. So that's okay. You can notice a negative attitude growing. You don't have to get rid of it. If you notice it and see it's there, it can drop. You don't even need to get rid of it or do any work to get rid of it. Just notice it's there and it will fall away. So being Alan here from Looking for Warriors, talking about Think and Grow Rich.